Okay. Okay. We are live.
Oh,
Hi.
hi chat. It's time for work. Wait, no, sorry.
What?
By the way, Sagi, uh, you're
Yeah?
you're like 40% bigger than me on the screen, and
I think you can.
partially covered, and I can't move you. You have to move yourself.
Wait, what? I thought you could move me.
I tried. I couldn't.
That's
Let me
funny.
let me see. Uh, wait. If you go into the setting, you should be able to take up your control position or something.
It is not giving me an option for that.
Wait, where should I put myself?
Just move a little closer to me. Well, that will work too. We can snuggle. That's how this
There we
will work.
go. Okay, cool.
So, chat, if you haven't realized, we are having a strange virtual talk episode for episode 2.
Ooh.
Most of the other co-hosts all had to do things at the last minute. So, it's just our first guest, Sagi.
Me.
Yep. And Game. So,
I am actually here. Shockingly, I know.
Woohoo!
yes. So, you'll at least get the format we're gonna use and, get to share in the Sagi snuggle time.
Let's go.
So, all fun. So, why don't you introduce yourself, Sagi? In case anyone out there doesn't know you already.
Well, no one should know me. I'm a danger to y'all. I'm sugar basically. I'm bad for your health. I'm Sagi. I'm snack connoisseur VTuber, variety streamer, and very happy to be here. Thank you, Gabi, for inviting me.
No problem. So, sort of starting the questions off, first thing, you are actually the very first person I ever collabed with.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! It's been. When was the first collab?
It was for my birthday the first year, so almost 3 years ago now.
Was that the Raph one? Was that Raph?
I think so.
Hey, yeah. I remember that one. That was fun.
Oh wait, I just realized who you are. I didn't know who you were.
Wait, what? You know me?
You're the person. No, but like I've seen your like Omori model. I think either in like a clip on YouTube or something. I forget where.
Oh, you mean that? There's a customizable model. Yeah, it's called Mo. Yeah, is that one? I think that is the one. Yeah.
Yeah, the essentially one. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
There are many flavors of Sagi.
Yeah, I have a bit of a obsession. It's a problem.
I mean, if I had the money for it, I would have all sorts of outfits.
I know.
I had to kind of stop after 4, so.
I got pretty lucky though, because like the Mo one was like customizable. So like a bunch of people can use it as well. And then I got one for like from a raffle kind of thing. But yeah. I got too many, I think.
It happens. In my case, I'm just too poor to afford even a model, so I'm just here. I'm surviving. I'm just little
We can
peas.
see you. That's
Yeah.
good.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what matters.
Obviously. I mean, I only lucked out having a model because COVID started and I got the COVID monies. So I poured that all
Damn.
into a model.
Mine went into paying off college debt, but good for you.
I mean, I still have all my college debt.
Kami, what the
Not a single bit of my COVID monies would help pay off anything.
Oof. Oof.
So,
Yeah.
Damn.
Must
I'm
be
one of
so
those
much.
people that needs the federal student loan forgiveness
Oh yeah,
that
same. I get
they
that
won't
through.
actually get
No, okay.
to us
No,
ever.
we're not gonna discuss. I'm not gonna start ranting about the U.S. political, economic, social safety net failures. No, not
It
today.
can
Let's
take us
avoid
all
that.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would take
no.
a long time. We would be
I
here
have
for days.
unironically gotten on tangents before in social situations about just shitting on the U.S. social
Oh
healthcare
god.
and lack thereof. But no, Ikami, take back your show. Make me shut up.
Okay. So, anyways, Sagi, we
Yes.
both started about the same time. I think you were maybe slightly earlier than me. Well, I mean, obviously, your third anniversary was December last year. Mine is basically right now. So,
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, mine's in like a couple months.
Did
yes,
we all start around the same time then?
I think
When
so.
did you start?
Pretty
Year?
close.
Nice.
20. I started. Hold on. When did I move? Oh no, I started before that. So like 2020, 2021-ish.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
probably the same-ish time then.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sagi was like December 2020, and I was
Yeah.
January 2021. So,
Yeah. So internet. If you ever need a good example of like, oh hey, content creation, maybe no, it's like if you ever need a good example of luck, you could look right now. Compare the numbers of us three people. Compare the metrics, and you will see a vast difference.
And lots of different things. There could be someone who literally just started and they're gonna be partner.
true.
Yeah, no. Okay,
It is
there's a
very
lot of-
luck based.
Oh god, do we want to talk shop? Can we talk shop? I like talking shop.
Yes, we can talk shop.
Let's go.
I mean, this is virtual talk for a reason.
True. Okay, we're gonna talk shop. I love this. Okay, so I am that like weird type of person where it's like, while like I very much care about numbers, not in like a mental health social kind of way, but in like I just enjoy metrics as a thing to like look at and examine, like as like a thing. And it's like it's just so interesting because it's like you can look at like every variable in its own enclosed space, and it's like it just proves how like a lot of like the gut reactions to a lot of stuff just isn't actually accurate. Like the like how the gender bias just like kind of isn't really a thing, or like how the like whether or not you're lewd or not, whether or not you do certain games or not, like that whole like, while like a lot of that helps get you or can affect like initial like click through kind of stuff. Like people are more likely in the VTuber sphere to click on a girl than they are a guy, just in general. But that's not necessarily like a negative with guys, or necessarily a positive for the women. And it's just a thing of like the good entertainers and like the actual like interesting content does shine through regardless of size. But the issue is just like, at least for Twitch and a lot of other things, is like, and also Twitter, going to shit, is that like it's very hard to have any actual like advertisement for yourself because of just how social media works as a feed of just information constantly going, and how it's very hard to like gain a following off of like streaming alone, and with how the YouTube algorithm works, where
don't get me started on YouTube.
Yeah, like if you don't get like a good starting impression on your content, it'll just not get recommended. So it's like it's very difficult to hit the ground running and then but keep like an actual consistency too, because of like how fragile a lot of the system is, and how like not like unknowable, but how like not obtuse, the opposite of clear the system is.
Since you brought up YouTube, here's an example of my recent performance with YouTube.
Oh yay, let's go.
So today's video that I put up at 8 a.m. this morning has been seen, like as an option. Hi, Sun Eater.
Oh. But why is the blurb message got deleted?
I don't know. It always does that. I don't know. I can't figure out what's deleting it.
Is it like a keyword in there?
Who knows? Who knows? If I could figure it out, I would fix that. But, so today's video, so it was seen as something that people could click on 59 times today. And has about usual for a gaming video type of, click on retention type thing. However, like 2 days after the last video went up, YouTube suddenly decided to like show my old video to people. So it's shown it to 3.8K people.
Ooh.
And the metrics are all the same. Like click-through rate is the same. Obviously, views are much higher because more people actually saw it. But, yeah. This is not normal. YouTube just suddenly decided it wanted to push that to more people. But all of my other videos, it's like shown to nobody. Like, maybe after a week, other videos will get out to like 400 people. And since I think I currently have like 317-ish followers on YouTube, if they would just show it to my followers, it would get a decent number of views. But half the time, they don't even show it to my followers.
The thing is, I don't even know how they count it as a view. I feel like even if it pops up on the feed, like if they just scroll through,
yeah,
does it count?
That doesn't count as a view.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. There's also an option to like not notify subscribers, right? Like trying to push it out to more new people. I tried that, but it didn't really work for me.
Oh, here's the other thing that has affected my numbers. You know how YouTube decided they wanted to do the whole thing about like getting people not to use ad blockers on YouTube.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have noticed since they did that, every time someone watches my video and they have an ad blocker, they get to watch it just fine. But in my numbers, after about a day, YouTube will remove their views. So I
Yeah.
have videos with 0 views, but like 4 likes, because everyone who watched it had an ad block. And they just threw out all the watch hours and all
That's
the views.
actually insane. Like, that shouldn't be negatively impacting your metrics because other people are ad blocking. Like, that's literally punishing the creators
Yes.
for the choice
Yes.
of the. That's genuinely insane. Oh my
I
god!
know.
I hate you sometimes. I hate. No, sorry. I hate.
I mean, because I have several
corporations.
people that watch me regularly on YouTube, because they
Yep.
can't be there when I stream on Twitch. So they
Mhm.
watch my VODs after.
Yep.
I'll watch videos like Tuesday's collab with Sun Eater and Boca in Baldur's Gate. You'll see in my metrics that there should be more than 1 view, but it's down to 1 view because everyone else that watched it, all their views and all their watch hours don't count anymore. Oh, actually, 0 views now. Thank you, YouTube.
Wait,
Thank
what?
you.
Damn.
Yes, it still has likes, but no views and no watch time. They just
That's
deleted
crazy.
those. Yes, this is what we deal with, okay? YouTube just does things. But
Crazy.
yeah. So YouTube has become a lot crazier. I don't even touch Twitter anymore because no one was seeing anything I posted. Unless I responded to someone big and my post stood out. That is the only way I gained any traction on Twitter for like the last year before I quit.
Yep. Yep.
My numbers weren't growing. So
No, yeah, I gave up on Twitter long before. Like, I mentally gave up on Twitter long before it actually went to shit, like, completely. But like, it's just so hard to like try to get traction with tags because like people don't actually care. People just find the big people, and then the big people get bigger. Like, and it's not like the fault of the big people. It's just like that's how like websites work because they push things that are popular. So if someone's already popular, it stays popular. It's very hard to like carve a niche for yourself.
I mean, it was a little bit better in the early days. When I started using Twitter for VTubing, some of my posts were going to like a few thousand people, even though I didn't have 1,000 followers. So, you know, you could actually get just discovered randomly. But yeah, that's all gone away. I've not seen anything like that for over 2 years on Twitter.
Yeah, I've never. Let me think. Actually, let me check my Twitter. Yeah, I remember that I hit 300 followers at one point, and never again. I'm actually now at like 279, but I also had the issue of like, due to a couple reasons, having a false start kind of situation happen with me, as far as like knowing people and community stuff. So like, I kind of had to reset like twice over time, which does kind of just suck.
Yes.
But besides all of that, how has things been for you in general, Sagi? Like, how have you just been How do you do things in general, kind of?
To be honest, I don't know. I think I like personally when I look at it, I think I missed out on a lot of things. I think when I started out, I used to a lot. Like when it was like early days, right? People were so like a lot of people interacting with each other. There's like networking thread then was I feel more like networking or getting to know more people than now how it is.
Yeah.
So definitely did a lot of that.
Like people did like networking threads genuinely, but now it's gotten
Yeah.
so populated that people do them as a way for metrics, and it's like
For follow. Yeah,
it,
follow.
yeah, like it sucks because it's like I would like to actually network with people, but it's like so hard to reach out to like strangers in general, and then it's even harder to reach out to strangers that are like bigger than you because
Oh yeah.
regardless of intent, there is the perceptions that a lot of people will have about like, oh hey, you're small, or oh hey, you're a stranger.
I just think it's so ridiculous.
It's the issue with a lot of social media networking is a lot of it's like filled with people that peaked in high school. So it's like socialization in general is such like a cliquey like
Mess.
like two-faced like mess. Yeah, exactly. And like maybe this is like me coming like I have an outside perspective to all this in general because I was like the outcast, socially awkward kid in like from like middle school onwards. Like I did not have friends until college. Yet like no, I had friends, but like it was like a small group of friends, and I didn't really get like the majority of the like school base knew me as that one Arsenal kid because I had a limp and other things. So it's like, oh yeah, they just called me a slur. It was great. But no, it's like a big thing of just like people have overcorrected in the online space in two very different ways of like you have Zoomers using their real names as their online account names, and then you have other people just literally assuming everyone is disingenuous at all times. And it's like those are both just very big issues because while like the internet is like its own space, quote unquote, in like the modern era, it kind of isn't. It's kind of just another avenue of communication, socialization, and the inherent globalization of society, which you can argue is an issue for cultural reasons or other reasons and blah blah blah. But outside of that, it's just like the human evolutionary experience was not meant to cast as large of a social web as we are capable of doing due to technology, and that just causes problems where like you can't interact with all the people you want to. You can't just like have trust of people. You can't like find common ground with complete strangers as easily as you can when you can like talk to someone face to face. And it's just like a whole bunch of like compounding issues that stem from like evolutionary measures to like just sort of like cultural learning and like growing up just in certain situations where it makes people simultaneously very like open about like surface level things, but also seemingly consistently wary of other people at the same time. I'm sorry, that was just a lot of words. That was probably boring as hell. I'm so sorry.
No, it was
It's
your
okay.
thoughts. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, no, sorry.
I mean, for me,
I think too much.
I don't have much of a difference between meeting someone like in person and meeting someone online.
Oh no,
If
yeah,
I
like
connect with someone, I connect with them. So
like for me, I have no like different like bounds for different social situations, but I also have the autism issue of I cannot properly judge my closeness to other people unless I have explicit like knowledge from other people. But I can't like ask people like if we're friends. That's not something you ask people. So it's like I just kind of keep like a general like politeness to everyone. Like I just sort of assume friendly acquaintance with like everyone I know, and otherwise like don't
I
try
mean,
to assume.
it's kind of easy for me. If I
Yeah.
enjoy hanging out with someone, I will just start calling them a friend. So,
yeah, I
and
think
both
Like
of you are
I'm similar,
friends.
but like
So,
I'm similar, but I'm also just uh, I have some issues that stem from me over or under or for me either overthinking or under or lack of understanding of certain social like cues or like unsaid things, which kind of just sticks with me a little bit.
since we're sort of on the topic, uh, here's
Yeah.
here's a situation. One of the other people I was trying to get in touch with to be a guest is Olivia Monroe. If you know
Oh
Olivia.
yeah. Yeah.
At this point, she's kind of big because
I think
she
she's
regularly
proper big.
gets
She's not
like
kind of big.
thousands.
Yeah.
That's big.
And it's actually crazy because if I raid her, even though I only have 6 people, she will still
Yeah.
chat with me for a bit. Because we've known each
Oh,
other like almost as long as I've known Sagi.
Yep.
But we don't have like a way to talk.
No, yeah.
I've talked to her on Discord before, but I think she changed accounts or something because I can't get in touch with her that way. And I can't get in touch with her on Twitter. So
Oof.
I have no way to get in touch with her.
I mean, there is Twitch DMs.
I tried. It did not work. You can't just DM her.
Oh,
Or
she has
maybe
some
if
things all like
maybe if you like in I don't know.
wait.
I mean, she does technically follow me on Twitter still. So I'm not sure how that has to link up.
Yeah.
But
And-
I'm
I think you
apparently
can
not
just
in the
close
list.
DM.
Yeah.
You can just close DM, especially considering her being at that size. I guess opening DM is very dangerous.
Yeah. You can literally just block whispers from people.
Yeah.
You whisper them. What?
But yeah,
So if you
she's
don't
another
follow
one that I
someone-
think would be an
Yeah.
interesting person to have as a guest host at some point.
Yeah.
But getting to reach out to her about that is the hard part.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean, there are other people that are probably equally big that I have talked to before, but probably don't remember who I am. But Olivia actually does, so I think she might. I mean, she's rated me before, which
Well,
was
then
kind of
there you go.
insane.
Yeah, she knows who you are then, homie. Like,
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
sweet.
I think it was last year. She had like almost 300 viewers, and then she dropped in while we were covering Summer Games Fest. So, our Summer Games Fest coverage went from moderately sized to being one of the biggest channels covering Summer Games Fest in like an instant. So, yeah, that was hilarious times. And we kept a lot of those people too. So it's not like they just, didn't stick around after the raid.
Yeah.
We kept probably at least half of them. So that's pretty good as far as raids go.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm sure Sagi definitely gets that. Lots of people raid you.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to get rates every now and then, I think,
Yes.
which is really nice.
Yeah,
Of all
and-
sides, I think, to be honest, like I know more like streamers, I guess my size, or like in general, like smaller creators. I actually do not know anyone that is big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know some people that are bigger, and I'm on good terms with some people that are bigger, but
Yeah.
I also know that they wouldn't want to do things with me.
Probably
Or, like,
not.
don't have that. And it's like
It would
it's
be
like,
very imbalanced. Let's put it that way.
yeah, and like I can't take that shit personally.
No.
Not like a personal thing towards
I mean,
me.
I've
But
actually had like meaningful conversations with like Kiara and Silvervale. I would definitely never get to collab with them though.
no, also you wouldn't want to collab with Silvervale because of many reasons. But
I mean, at this point, true.
Yeah.
yes, but anyway, I had a point that I lost. But it's like, I don't know, it's difficult to not take the pragmatic thing of like the metrics involved or the personality vibes involved of like people not wanting to collab with you because of content creation being such a personality based thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's not like personal slight against you, but it is your personality not meshing with another person. And like that's a weird kind of sorry, now I'm getting like therapeutic things, but it's a weird kind of thing to like navigate
Yes.
mentally
I mean,
and emotionally.
I know other creators who are slightly smaller than Sagi,
Mhm.
viewership number wise, and
Yeah.
I've even had like some of them that agreed to be in like D&D sessions, for instance, because that's easily my number one collab is D&D.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will like come for a few episodes, one or two, and then they'll see like how their audience reacts, and if their audience isn't in, they sort of like wander off, and you never hear from them again.
Hmm.
Like
I think
That's-
also. Sorry.
yeah, go.
And I think like because we're talking about collab stuff as well, it's like I'm just speaking for myself, but I'm actually not really good with collabs in general. Like I tend to say no to collabs most of the time, especially if I don't know the person so well or like if I don't feel comfortable. Like it's less like the size or the metric, but it's more like my comfort level, and I think it might be similar to some others as well. I'm just like, yeah.
You say that, and yet when we were trying to schedule this, half of the reasons we couldn't use certain days were because you had class.
No, because this was like all of the friends that I've known
Yes.
as long as I know you. So that's the only people that I would be playing with is because now they have they invite me, then I'm happy to be
Oh,
on their stream.
Actually, thinking of that, I'm just gonna wing it right into one of the topics that we were going to discuss today.
Mhm.
What do you guys think about a Pow World collab?
Is that game free?
It is not.
No,
it is
it's like $27.
$27 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually 30, I
Um,
think.
Cool. For me, it's like a thing of like, Power World's the kind of game where like I personally don't think I would fuck with it much. Like, it's something I would want to watch. It's something I would want to play, which is a weird kind of thing for me specifically. But it's like there are some games that I enjoy watching people play that I do not personally want to play.
I mean, that's fair though. Like I love watching
Yeah.
people play horror games. I would not want to play horror games.
I despise the horror genre because I can't handle any of it. But I also love Dead by Daylight because Dead by Daylight is not scary.
Yeah, it's so different. Like Fast Mode,
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, those ones are
I
not.
mean-
Yeah.
I will totally watch Kappa play like some horror games, but I would
Yeah.
never play them.
Exactly.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, the Aliens game was enough for me. That
Oh,
that
God.
is nerve-wracking beyond anything
had
else
to
I've ever
shelf
played.
it. So stressful.
I mean, I could only play it for like 3 hours max, and then my nerves
Yeah.
were just gone.
Brain explode.
Yeah.
I'd be like cold sweating and
Yeah.
just like completely nervous and needing to like take a shower and chill.
Also, to what you were saying before about like collabs in general, Sagi, how you like not really, you don't do collabs. For
I
me,
don't tend
like-
to do it, no.
Yeah. For me, it's the opposite of like I love doing things with other people because I like, just as a person, I've realized like I'm a very, as I sort of put it, I'm like a very like supplemental, support-oriented person when it comes to like anything. Like I will match the energy or like match the vibe or like try to like multiply what other people are going for in like a group scenario. Whereas like on my own, I'm much more like right now where I'm talking, I'm like much more like technical or very like I guess dry as far as like a person. Because it's like it's weird for me to get like a lot of energy just like off of myself, if that makes sense.
If I'm left to my own devices, people tend to refer to my streams as like cozy,
Yeah.
very cozy.
Yeah.
I have a lot more energy usually when I have other people to like bounce off of.
Yeah.
That's
like,
actually one reason why Virtual Talk here has co-hosts, and it's not just me,
Yeah.
because no one would really just want to listen to me talk for like 3 hours.
I'm of the same way where it's like I know some streamer friends were like, hey, why don't you try? Because I've talked to bigger streamers than me about like, you know, I've talked shop with people before in general, so I enjoy it. But it's like, oh hey, why don't you try this or that or this or that? It's like, well, it's content that I personally do not find for me to be like enjoyable to do, or it's like the chat interactive content that like I can't really do because
Oh yeah.
be as it may, my chat is usually dead, like dead.
I
And
mean,
it's like
this actually goes back to Sagi, but Sagi usually talks with chat for like half an hour
yeah.
before doing anything on a stream, really.
you know, a lot of streamers do that, but like I don't know, I can't
Yeah.
like
I can't do that
I don't
either.
have the I don't have
I might
things
have
to
like
talk
one
about.
or two people that are chatting in my chat. So
Yeah.
there's not enough people to like talk with to make that
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, like, definitely, like, if no one, even if like there's like hundreds of people watching but no one is talking in chat, there's no interaction, right? Like, you can't,
Yes.
even if you just speak things, when there's no response, there's literally no way that you can have a conversation with anything. So yeah, it does depend on chat a lot.
Yep. Like,
Definitely.
for me, I average, like, holy shit, apparently I average 6 viewers, which is insane to me because I also on average have like very low, like, active conversations. But also, like, I just, because I look at my metrics a lot, I just like, I've always had like a weird, like, I get like a decent like boost to my viewership, like, literally around my birthday, but otherwise I then steadily decline, and it's like very frustrating to like not have an idea why.
I mean, that is definitely a problem with Twitch in general.
Yeah.
Because, like, YouTube, I at least have some numbers I can see about who watches my streams.
Yeah.
But Twitch is kind of opaque. You can't see within the box, really.
No, like, I have, there's apps that there's other sites that let you do it, and like, even looking at my global, it's like I have a steady increase in my followage and a steady increase in like my hourly like time frames, but like, it's a steady increase in like my followage and my hours, but it's like bit of growth, spike of growth, and then just like my actual like viewership like goes off a cliff since like April of last year. And the one like actual spike in my viewership I know is from literally one stream, because a friend of mine that moderated for another like bigger streamer had them right into me. So it's like, it's very difficult to like I like to know like if I'm even doing anything wrong.
My
it's really hard to
feelings
just...
in general are that it's not that you're ever doing anything wrong. Unless you're like insulting your viewers, then you might be doing something wrong. But
yes, if you're a piece of shit, you're probably doing something wrong. But then again, Tyler One and XQC have followings, so maybe
I
not.
mean, true.
But
I will never
I know what you
understand their
mean.
followings though. So, you know, don't get me started
It's
on
middle
them.
schoolers and high schoolers and people that never grew up that like to watch people get mad. Anyway, I feel like it's just really hard to... What's difficult too is that like a lot of like the stuff that like ends up like trending is just a lot of stuff that I don't care about, so I don't do.
I mean,
but even like the spheres of content that I like and enjoy, it's like it's also just difficult to like get a following off of it. Like, to get a Twitch following off of like tabletop games is really hard. Like,
that is one area I do better than typical, because my D&D streams are more popular than my gaming streams.
Yep.
But that was definitely not the case for a long time.
Actually, out of curiosity, Sagi, do you use like Twitch Tracker or any other kind of like statistics site to like track your metrics?
I mean, I do look at it every now and then, but I wouldn't say I specifically focus on actively tracking things, because it's like I am affected by numbers Like I know I am. So I
Gotcha.
try to not look into it too much. Like just
Mhm.
just
For me,
chill.
yeah, for me, I just like I check every like 4 months to 6 months just to like see if there's any like thing I can look at to like be like, okay, hey, why did this do better than this, or et cetera, et cetera. And it's honestly like really hard, especially because
Yeah.
I'm as small as I am. It's like a difference of like 1 or 2 is like a 30% difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like really hard to get like um, usable data because I have such an insanely small sample size.
There. But I guess
Like,
do you do like stream quite consistently as well? Because I feel like I actually want to. Maybe I should be looking more into it and actually, you know, not looking into numbers in terms of like, oh, this is bad or whatever, but more kind of like trying to find a pattern.
yeah. For me, I generally stream pretty consistently. The last couple months have been rough though because I've been just holidays, busy with other
Mm-hmm.
things, bunch of mental health stuff happening, uh, some like minor medication issues where I had to like get my medication increased, blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah, sorry, just a bunch of like outside things that made it really hard to stream.
Mm-hmm.
Just either like literally because I wasn't home or mentally because I wasn't like in a place to do so. But like
Yeah.
aside from that, I do generally stream somewhat consistently. It's just difficult for me to like actually make a schedule because of aspects of my living situation. I can never really plan for things like with any level of like consistency aside from like the weekends a little bit.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like external factors that you really cannot
Yeah.
control.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
And then
tough.
for a lot of stuff too, it's like because of my financial situation being what it is, because of how all that shit works out, I don't have a job, so I don't have like a steady like flow of income that is of
Same.
enough to like really.
Same.
Yeah, no,
Mm.
Tommy, you get it, you understand. We're both
Yes.
Americans here.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, it's just really hard to like be like, oh hey, this new thing's catching on, this new thing's popping up, but it's hard to like
You can
catch
never
onto a
follow the
trend
trend.
or like afford a thing. Yeah, because it's like,
Or the
especially when it's like,
timing
oh hey,
just doesn't work. Like,
yeah,
Mm.
or it's like, oh, here's this new like group game to do. It's like, oh hey, I don't know anyone of my size, or like, I don't have like a social group that I can like ask to do things at the times that I can do things
I
or
mean,
that
you've
have an
seen
interest in these
some of
things.
my
It's like,
attempts to get people together.
no,
So,
yes, Nakami, like I've said before, I cherish you as a person because you try so hard, but you get shafted by people having like the worst schedules imaginable, and it's
true.
just horrible. And it's like, for me, it's a mix of like, uh, I don't feel comfortable reaching out to people, or I don't feel like it'd be worth it, or it's like I can't afford to buy this thing that's currently on a trend, or it's like it's trends that I don't care about, or it's other things where it's like it's difficult to latch on to the things that I know would pump up, or rather would probably help in attempting to pump up my metrics. Wouldn't even necessarily do that, but it's like it's hard because it's like it's things that either require already having like a close like streaming social group that can consistently do these things on the same times, which I don't have due to like time zones, the fact that I don't work, people normally work, all that kind of stuff, where it's like very um just hard. to like afford
Yes.
things or schedule people, and it's like even if it was like easier, it's also just hard to like reach out as someone in my position because of the inconsistency in which I can actually stream sometimes due to outside factors. Means that if I were to do a thing with a collab like on a certain day, I might end up having to literally flake the day of due to sudden random bullshit. And it's like I don't want to put that on other people, which also kind of affects my like ability to kind of reach out in general, which is it's just a whole bunch of shit really, but yeah. It's
I
just
mean, I totally get
yeah.
that. I mean,
No,
the
yeah.
reason my D&D streams are so late is because getting people together earlier than that was literally impossible.
Yep.
So instead, I stream at 9 o'clock and go to midnight.
Yeah, which is also like again, that's hard like a fine time zone like in a global sense, but it's not good for you to do that
I mean,
as a
you
person.
really feel it a lot of nights when it's
Yeah.
getting close to
Like
midnight and your brain just stops working right.
yeah, like that's not good for you.
Yes.
Uh
Not to mention it takes like an hour for me to like cool down after an episode. So I'm sleepy
yeah.
and I'm in bed, but I'm still awake for like an hour.
Oh no, I have the issue where
Gosh.
I'm the type of person where I can lay in bed for literally 2 hours, wide awake, and then suddenly it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just awake. It's
I mean,
really
last
not
night
great.
I had a lot more problems than usual. Because last night
Oh
was D&D
no.
for me. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, this time it was a little bit harsher. Because my arm's been acting up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I
Oh,
said,
no.
probably the cold.
Probably. So, we've been going about an hour. So, why don't we hop into some of the topics, which I think pretty much dovetail with some of our conversation.
Mhm.
I'll leave the tech stuff to last, even though that can be sort of fun. Some of the other things that I had to bring up, though, news-wise, I need a little, like, flashy thing that comes up and says, news or something.
Yeah. Get yourself some assets. Or not like make yourself some assets for this. That'd be actually so nice. But yeah,
I mean,
it's
I already
time
did the
for news
background,
chat.
but
True. Yeah, no, but like for transitionals would be nice.
yes. Yes, I need some
Chat, remind
transitional
Nakami.
effects.
Yeah. Remind Nakami to get new transitional effects chat.
I have some good base assets for that. I just need time to play with everything. But yes, first news topic. The breakup, if you will, of Kawa Entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of talent stream.
You know, I mean, I feel like from what I like saw from like everywhere I looked about that, it's basically that it's not financially feasible for them to do all of that stuff at once, which is like, totally fair. And then like the fact that they're just like gonna focus themselves as like a merch provider is also actually really
Yes.
nice, because people that I know that have worked with them or for them are like, yeah, no, they're good. So it's like
Mhm.
that
I mean-
gives the ecosystem like a good jumping off point for like somewhere to look for merch that isn't like going out of your
Market.
way to like, yeah, that isn't Uwu Market, 'cause don't use Uwu Market. But
I mean,
Also, it's
I've
just-
never dealt with Uwu Market, but
I've heard bad things about Uwu Market. But I think I remember I heard bad things about Ooh, I think something else. Maybe there's something else, but no. But it's like it's easier to have a place to go that's like worked with other people before for a while, that's trusted by people, that is known to be good, instead of having to do all this stuff manually, like having to like go out of your way to like find a manufacturing company in general. This kind of stuff is like such a pain in the ass, as far as I'm aware, from like a friend that does like she does like a merch booth at cons and all that kind of stuff.
I know some
She's giving me
artists
advice
that
before
would
about
do
looking
booths
for
like that.
yeah
So
similar stuff where it's like having like a, I guess, universal sort of place to go is very nice.
yes, and I've heard good things about merchandising with Kawa. Though Kawa was also always one of the better considered agencies. Kind of like Vsojo, they were one of the only other ones where they wouldn't like buy your IP when you joined them. So
Yeah, you
didn't
you
have
still
to give up
own
yourself.
everything.
Yes. That's always the bad thing about a lot of agencies. You have to like give up
Yeah.
yourself.
Yep.
I mean, if they're adopting you, usually.
Yeah.
Kawa didn't do any of that though.
No.
But there aren't too many like that. A lot of them want your IP because you're actually of value. So
Yeah.
they can always get someone else to drive, basically. That's the thinking a lot of times. I mean, that literally happened with, oh, I'm totally blanking on the name. She was a Japanese VTuber. One of the originals. I know who it is. It's just not coming to me. Words, names.
K-Song?
No. She's one of the more old school ones. She actually, her company created an anime based on her, like, last year, I think.
Oh my god.
I probably don't know.
Yeah, well, there was a whole big thing, and this was like 2020-ish, 2021, where the original...
Kazuna Ai?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, her original, like, I don't know what you want to call it, actor? Person behind the screen. She didn't want to keep going anymore, but the company owns her, basically.
Mm.
So when she didn't want to keep doing it with them, they got like 5 people to pretend to be her, and it became a whole thing. It was sort of a disaster for them then. They lost a lot of like awareness and hype.
Yep.
Oh, no, that is completely off topic for the most part.
How did we get there?
We kind of dovetailed. Anyways, back more on topic. My only real interaction with Kawa is through Kozichu.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Same for me.
yeah, I mean, she's been around about as long as we have. So
Yep.
we were in very similar places in like the Twitter sphere. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I know Cozy, because I've never had any like close talks. But we like chatted quite often. So, yeah, so like I watched her video on the whole breakup and how it sort of shakes out. And at least for her, a lot of it was because the sort of support she wanted was kind of like the support I wish I had. And it wasn't something Kawa as an agency was really doing.
Yep.
The sort of support she wanted was in like figuring out what sort of content worked, how to like format her content to work, how to like advertise yourself, basically. I mean, she's been active on Twitter forever, but it's not like she had like a team supporting her to like create good Twitter content or something.
I think it comes with the, because like they I think they have some support with like editing and stuff like that, like scheduling, but there's also a lot of things that talent just did themselves. Like the majority of things were just talent led. So it's
watching
different.
her stream on it, she talked about how they did a lot of support for like scheduling and like having a manager there to like take care of some of the like back end, making sure everyone is like aware and there for like collabs and things. But as she puts it, she was the smallest of all of the Kawa Entertainment like VTubers. Because she really didn't know how to market herself or how to fit her content in with the others and, you know, get your name out there. Though I think that was sort of always going to be the case. Cozy is a lot like Ina from Hololive. She does a lot of art.
Yeah.
So, you know, lots of cozy art streams, basically. She likes to like make her own models and rig them and everything on stream. So a lot of her streams are like that. I mean, it's fun to watch, but Ina's not like the biggest EN talent for
No.
Hololive either.
No. But like,
And I think it's because
different.
of the content they make. They're just
Yeah.
never going to be as popular as like Gura.
Yeah, no, but like, I feel like it's really.
What am I thinking of? It's really like just kind of a consequence of like, yeah, niches are less popular than other niches.
I think
Yes,
there's
they're
an
not created
element
equal.
of there's an element of like there's definitely audience for cozy, more like chill vibe content creators, but most of the time I would say like you have to bring like high energy to a stream to be able to capture attentions of other. Most likely, if you're like funny, if you're loud, if you have good kind of, you know, interaction, conversation, communication skills, like a lot of that. I do feel like there's a tendency you're more likely that you will capture attention of more viewers. Even though definitely there are these kind of, like for me, I prefer more cozy stream than like loud hype stream. But yeah, there's definitely some differences there.
Yeah, and she was basically saying how, you know, help with like the social aspect is what she really would have wanted. And it's actually the one thing I would like an agency to help me with. So it's probably a good thing I never got into Kawa. Since
Yeah.
it sounds like they probably wouldn't have helped as far as that stuff goes.
It's so different though. They like it's everyone has different needs, right? And yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like Kawa is so good with merch and I guess as she said, like, scheduling stuff, but other aspect not so much. So it's
Yeah.
probably helpful to other talents in Kawa, but not
Yeah.
specifically Cozy.
For her too, she mentioned that they kept giving her like different merchandising deals, and she's like, so I'm poor. My merchandising is not really helping me.
Yeah, like community wise as well. Like if the community doesn't really have the money to purchase it.
Yes. She talked a bit about how, like, for some of the deals, she would need to, like, fork out some money to do the merchandising, or it would have to be, like, delayed, because they either do, like, just-in-time sort of merchandising production, or you, like, put in an order by spending your own money, and then you have a, like, stock of merchandise to sell. But she had no money, so it was all just in time, which is more expensive and less rewards for her. So, not only was she the least popular, but that sort of thing was sort of an issue, because without that stock on hand that she couldn't afford to do, it was really like tying a noose around her.
And also, I think a lot of the assets, like she mentioned that, like the majority of assets and everything is just all spent by talent. There's only like a few art pieces that the company actually are able to pay for. Any other project is all talent from talent's pocket.
Yeah, I mean she did a lot of the group's art, but she wasn't like paid to do it. So she did a lot of stuff she wasn't paid for, basically. Which is never a good situation to be in if you're, not financially well off.
No, yeah, always get paid for work you do if possible. Like, especially that kind of stuff. Like, damn.
Cozy's just really nice though. Like she loves doing art and she loves helping other. I think she does like rigging and stuff for her members as well. So
her models always look so cute. So
cute. She's so good. I love Cozy.
I mean, I know she will never. I mean, she's told me this even directly, that she will never like just make models for people unless she like really knows them. Which is not a group I'm in, unfortunately. But I really
she doesn't
wish,
do commission.
Yeah, I really wish I could get her to like do a model for me. I would love that.
Honestly, same. I would love Cozy to rig a model. Like her rigging is really freaking good. Like she doesn't need V Bridger and stuff. She just rig it on Live 2D and it's really, really high quality.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to have my model re-rigged at this point. Now that I have like RTX on my streaming PC, which does my model, because my 3070 is in there now, so I can do RTX like face tracking. It's basically on par with like iPhone tracking, but my model can't quite keep up. I mean, I'm more expressive than I used to be, but I'm just not up to like modern specs as far as that sort of thing goes. Things have changed in the 3 years that this model has been around.
There's a lot that has changed.
Yes. And because I wasn't gonna use like an iPhone or anything, I didn't have it originally rigged to support anything like that. Not that that was even really a thing yet. V Bridger didn't even come about until what? 22? 23? somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So that wasn't even a thing yet when my model was created. I need like a Cami 1.5.
Yeah.
I still
Meanwhile,
like
I've
my
done a
model,
couple-
but
I've done like a couple, I guess, quote unquote redesigns of my PNG, but it's like,
Oh god, recently I've been really getting into a couple different things to like solidify some redesign stuff, and it's a whole thing.
yes, I also have what are basically props. I will show the stream. No, not background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's the right one. My book. My book asset.
Ooh.
But it doesn't connect to my model. See, it's floating around. My arm is just floating around holding the book.
Yeah. But you can attach it, I guess.
Sort of. It never quite looks right. I would
No, of
really
course
like
not.
it to be like parts of my model.
Yeah.
That is where I want to get some point here.
Mm-hmm.
In
yep.
fact, the artist that did it for me is the last one to do like an outfit for my model in general. But
Cool.
we would need like a 1.5 revision of my model to like add it in, because it would have to like adjust multiple things. So one day I'll have money and I can do it, I'm sure. But yeah, there are so many cool things that I would love to add. Especially rigging wise. Rigging is like the hard part. I mean, the art is hard too. If you've ever seen a VTuber model, like, done out with all the layers, they're insane. They have like thousands of layers.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Back to the news topic. There was
What
another...
was the topic?
Well, there was another big sort of breakup. Though there's been a couple now, actually, since
Yep.
I started thinking about this episode and what we were going to talk about for the news. You have Pomu Rainpuff that's leaving Niji Sanji.
Yep.
And I forget her name off the top of my head because I didn't write it down. But there was the Hololive Japan
Oh yeah,
talent
Mel.
that got fired.
Yeah,
That
Mel.
was fired, yeah.
Yeah, dude, the Mel situation is so like weird to me though too, because it's like everyone about it was like, "Oh, hey, this sucks." It's like, "Oh, hey, it's like this person fucked up, but also it just sucks. It's like it's not really their fault." And it's like, damn, like because I saw tweets from like the talent was sad about it, Yagu was sad about it. It's like
Yeah.
it was a mutual thing, but it's like less of a like an issues thing and more of a, oh hey, this is because of legal things, we have to fire you. And it's like, damn dude, that's
But it must be something that is really, really serious that they
Yeah.
had to do it.
I mean, I think
from,
it's because they've had this happen before.
I don't know that too,
I
but,
think they established this is how they handle it at that point.
Yeah. To be a bit God, to be a bit specific with it, because I go around places, so I find people talking about like her other socials and shit. So from what I can gather from all of that, basically the assumption is that she told a friend, just like venting about work stuff or like talking about cool work stuff as like a general thing. Said friend then went to the internet and spoiled that shit, so she got in trouble for it. And it's like, damn, like people say shit in confidence. I'm glad. I know for a fact when I tell my friends shit in confidence, that shit stays in confidence. But like, that shit just sucks. Like everyone's mad.
Yeah, I mean, they're especially for Japanese companies. They tend to come down really harsh on even small infractions. So that's totally a Japanese thing. I mean, it's not exclusive to Japan, but it's definitely
very,
like the
Eastern
corporate mindset
culture,
thing.
societal thing
Yeah.
/ corporate mindset issue. It's more pronounced with Eastern philosophy stuff, but it is also a very corporate mindset thing.
Yes.
It is work, though. It is work. At the end of the day, it's a contract. So
No,
yeah.
I mean, yes.
Like no one's like mad at cover about it, considering what is involved, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for her, I've never followed her too much, mostly because I definitely need like subtitles to be able to easily follow along. Unless I've got myself in that headspace where I'm thinking and talking in Japanese, which I gotta admit doesn't happen too often to me. I just don't have an excuse to like think in Japanese most of the time. I mean, here in the US, no one I know is talking in Japanese. Unless I'm like watching anime for days.
Yep.
I usually don't hear enough Japanese to like get into that mindset. So, like, that's actually why I have like issues trying to follow a lot of like Japanese VTubers.
Yeah.
Because
Meanwhile, for me,
no
I
subs.
just don't. But also, it's like I very much I only speak English, and even that's like not the best. So
Mood.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically
Don't
speak
mood
a
me,
lot of
you're
mixed languages.
How dare you?
What do you mean? English is not my first language.
Yeah, but like I only speak English. And I'm still not that great with it. You're
Fine.
bilingual, that's way better. I'm just
It's bilingual as in like BYE lingual. I forget Vietnamese. Like sometimes I know English word, but I can't remember the Vietnamese word anymore.
So
damn,
same.
that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of
I
fucked.
know. I know. See.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's my fault.
You've
I mean,
colonialized your own
it's-
language.
It's
Yeah.
just. I mean, it's.
Fuck, that's so bad.
English was my first language, so it's a little bit different for me. But like all the other languages I know, I just don't hear them on a regular basis. So like it becomes really hard to like keep that in your brain.
Yep.
You gotta like rearrange things to get back in that headspace. I'm sure it's the same way for Sagi.
Yeah, absolutely.
So on to the other one, Homo Rainpuff. Not the first person to leave Niji Sanji.
No. Oh.
Understatement.
Yes, they definitely seem to have a bit of a crisis as far as keeping talent at the moment.
Oh gosh.
Because they're not a great. They're honestly just not a super great.
They don't seem to support their talent very well. Let's put it that
Nope.
way.
Sadly.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard some of the horror stories about, especially the Ian talent and how they were sort of thrown together and hadn't really met each other, had to do all their own assets to get started. Yeah, you don't have a budget. Go, here's your model. Stream.
Yep.
Yep. It's like, it's really just... It's also just like poor business. Like, what the hell, guy?
Yes. I mean, their philosophy in Niji Sanji seems to be to find interesting talent and then sort of throw it all against the wall and see what sticks.
Oh god.
I mean, it seems true. It seems true. Of course, to make things more confusing, some of the ones they've hemorrhaged have immediately joined other agencies.
Mm-hmm.
Two of which were the same agency, actually. But,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
yeah. They seem to be getting a bit of a reputation. Though, talent-wise, I do support a lot of talent in Niji Sanji. They do a lot of good work.
For sure.
I mean, Pomu, for instance, is actually someone I followed. I don't always watch her because she's not doing stuff that I particularly care about at the moment. But I've always thought she was, interesting to watch. She has talent. I think she'd be fun to hang out with. But, yeah, I'm assuming she has things planned. Who knows what those things are, but I assume since
Yep.
this is premeditated, she does have plans.
Yeah.
And it became sort of a thing that people were suspecting what some of those plans might be. It was sort of the topic of the internet for like about a week.
Mm. I
Because
think
she's
she
like,
said on her stream that she wants it to like study or something. I'm pretty sure. Or like finishing something up.
I forget exactly what she said.
Mm.
But so many people are like, oh, expect her debut at X company.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, don't even talk to me about that sort of thing. That is just so rude.
It is rude.
Yes.
Like it's like a thing now where like any big talent from any agency that graduates, everyone is just like, yeah, where to next? Oh, we assume it's gonna be this. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or they actually retire.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like
I mean, I could mention a name that actually manages to be both a big VTuber and a not exactly VTuber, but also very big talent, all at the same time, which is very confusing. Especially when they're a singer and they put out songs under both. Not the same songs, different songs.
Yep.
Some people apparently want to go hard mode on things. Because, one record deal is not enough. You need two.
yeah.
I mean, I think she's insane for doing that, but not naming any names because
Yep.
I should not. But
Yeah.
that's sort of the other end of the spectrum. People who are definite workaholics.
Yep.
I mean, I'm almost always busy doing something that is probably streaming related, but still.
Yep.
Hey, Lily. Yes, workaholics. We are sort of mentioning those at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of working, though. Oh god, this reminds me of like I've just been doing things for
I've been spinning like 3 different plates really hard the past like couple weeks. Like, I had a couple days where I'll wake up and just be doing things and then realize, oh, hey, it's 6 o'clock, or oh, hey, it's midnight. And it's like, damn, I like forget to eat sometimes. It's like, that's not great. It's very wild.
Mm-mm-mm.
I get headaches if I don't eat, so
Actually,
that will usually
speaking of,
tell
it
me.
is- Speaking of, actually, it is now 3:30 for me, and I should have probably.
You need to eat.
Yeah. Okay, so to comp this, sorry Nakami, but I'm gonna head out because I need to go be a
Okay.
functioning human
Well-
being.
Well, there was one last tech topic, but
Yep.
uh,
I have.
if you don't want to be here for
n-
that one,
As I do not keep up with technology, so I would not be able to add anything of value to this conversation, regardless. So
I mean, I think
That's good
here
enough.
I'm probably the only one that does. So
Yeah.
that's probably true. But yes, I will leave. So goodbye, chat. Goodbye, Nakami. Wonderful to meet you, Sagi. And
Nice to
goodbye.
meet you. See ya.
Take
Take
care,
care. Eat good.
Peace. Bye now.
So, last news topic. Nvidia, well, technically both them and AMD came out with new cards because it was just CES, which is the big technology showcase event for the year.
Mhm.
So obviously they're talking graphics cards, at least some of it. But Nvidia at least has released the first of their new super cards, the 4070
Mhm.
Super, which, if I remember correctly, is the one that is replacing the original 4070, which is probably a good thing. I was totally underwhelmed by the 4070 when it came out. It wasn't much of an improvement from my 3070, and I got rid of my 3070 in my main machine because it wasn't keeping up in games. So,
So your upgrade didn't really work as well.
I mean, the upgrade's gone pretty well because I replaced the 3070 with a 4090, but that was super expensive. I wish I could have just got like a 4070,
Mm.
but it wasn't really an improvement. So I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. That would make no sense. So
Mhm.
instead, I had to go up quite a bit. The one good thing about the new super cards is that the 4080 is getting replaced by the 4080 Super. And they're actually, lowering the MSRP. So theoretically, you can now get, well, shortly, they're not out yet, but
Mhm.
shortly you can get the 4080 Super for $1,000.
Oh.
Theoretically. We'll see if MSRP is actually a thing for these cards. Who knows? Who knows? There'll
Damn.
probably be some that are actually at MSRP, but if they would have had the 4080 Super when I was looking, I probably would have gotten the 4080 Super. But that wasn't an option. You had the 4080, which was like $1,200 base price, but most of the models were like 14 or 15. Or you get the 4090, and the 4090 was 1,600, which was not much of a difference. Now there's like a $600+ gap. There's actually some incentive to get the lower card now.
Oh god.
You won't have to spend $1,600+.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, oh, there is another tech topic I really need to cover too, and I forgot all
Uh-huh.
about, which these remind me of, because obviously, these being 40 series cards, they all support things like AV1 video encoding. which for us as streamers is sort of going to be a big thing for Twitch soon. Because Twitch is opening up support for different video codecs. All of us right now are streaming using H264, that's what it's called, or X264 sometimes. But that's a kind of old tech. It's been out for like 20 years, I think, at this point.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
So-
such a long time now.
Yeah. Cards for a while, like my 3070, can do what's called HEVC or FC. But you can't use that to stream to Twitch. Twitch hasn't allowed you to do that yet. And then the new 40 series cards and the 7000 series Radeon cards. Both of those support a new codec called AV1. Especially for
Okay.
AV1, the big advantage is that they do better at a lower bit rate. So you can have a stream that is like 6000K bit rate, which is pretty much the max right now. And it's gonna look better than the stream that is H264 right now. If you put them side by side, the AV1 would look, I'm not gonna say twice as good, but significantly better at the same bit rate.
Fair.
So that's gonna be a big thing when they allow that. Obviously, I still can't use AV1 unless I want to stream off of my gaming PC. Maybe for D&D nights, I can stream them really high quality. But I could do at least HEVC, which is very good still. It's at least newer. It's actually how I watch a lot of content currently. I'll find copies that are using HEVC
Nice.
because they tend to be smaller than things encoded with like H264. And now, obviously, there are also AV1 copies you can find. But yeah, usually the big difference is the size when they're encoded. It's also probably going to help my hard drive, where I store all my old videos, and I keep running out of space because each video, even like the raw encode that I copy locally, is like 20 gigs for like 3.5 hours.
Jeez.
And when I encode that to put on YouTube, they're like 15 or 16 gigs, which is still a lot, but slightly smaller.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big thing for my hard drive too, if I could do like AV1 encoding. But
That'd be nice.
yeah, Twitch actually already opened up the program to get early access to these, which I've already signed up for. The moment I saw it, I signed up for that. I mean, I think I'm pretty optimal in being able to do that program.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully they give me access pretty soon. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers. One of the other big things, especially for us, is going to be that you can output multiple streams at once. So, like, each of these streams will be like different resolutions. You know how they do, like multiple, I mean, some of your streams will be like multiple resolution. So there's like a 360p and like a 720p and then 1080p.
Yeah.
But that's because they do the encoding on their end to do different resolutions. Now from your PC, you'll be able to send multiple streams with different resolutions.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. They're also upping the max, like, bit rates. I think they said the cap is going up to, like, 10K.
Oh, wow.
But they have to do that because that also factors into the multiple copies. So you need more bandwidth to fit all the copies at different, like, resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't even need to, like, worry about settings anymore for, like, what encoder to use and the quality and the bit rates, because we will be able to press one option in OBS that will say something like, allow Twitch to determine best quality. And it will just decide on its own all the details.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which is
That is
going to
convenient.
really make that so simple.
Mm.
I mean, we won't even need to know that we're, like, sending out multiple copies. So, very handy. Very handy.
Exciting.
Oh, yeah. I would love better quality.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's going to increase the maximum resolution at some point. So we can finally stream on Twitch at, like, 1440p or 4K.
Imagine though, that would be sick.
I mean, you've been able to do that on, like, YouTube for a while, but I don't even have a 4K monitor, but my monitor is 1440p, so I could at least stream in native res. Which would be kind of nice. I think everyone can appreciate having a higher quality stream. Look fancier, nicer, prettier.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hopefully less artifacting. Because even right now, I can look at like the Twitch interface for the stream, and you can see the artifacting. It does not like my little effect in our background. The walls of light seem to have caused it some issues. Go figure. Go figure. Walls of light stop Twitch.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So hopefully a lot of that sort of like artifacting might slowly be taken care of. We'll get multiple resolutions from our own PCs. And if you're running even a current like 30 series NVIDIA card or a 20 series card, you can still do like 3 simultaneous encodes on hardware. So it won't even affect like performance to do different resolutions. But yeah, I think that should be lots of fun for streamers.
Yeah, for sure it will be.
Giving us new tools to play with. And we don't even have to reconfigure anything. We just turn it on. I think they call it like enhanced Twitch streaming mode or something like that. It's been a while. I need to rewatch like the video on it. If you haven't, you should probably check out Epos Vox talking about it. He actually does a write-up for, well, he did a write-up for PC World magazine about it as well. In fact, I think I still have a copy of that somewhere. Yes, I still do. let me shift the links around a little bit, and I'll toss that into chat for anyone who wants to know. There we go. That's a link to the PC World article. Yeah, Twitch Enhanced Broadcasting. That's what it's called.
Changes everything about streaming.
Yes. Like I already said, the big thing is like multiple video tracks with different resolutions and auto configuration. But yeah, as some of the notes will say, reduced latency, quality accessibility, so someone on their phone can get a better quality than previously. More devices, also for the same reason. Quality improvements, because we can go past 1080p finally. And especially for like newer streamers, a lot of them tend to be told they should stream at like 720p to get a wider audience. I have never believed in that idea. Mostly because I don't want to watch a stream that doesn't look good. And 720p to me does not usually look good. So. But with this, now you can have your 720p stream and still do 1080p for my copy. And we can all get what we want.
Yeah.
It's also going to help Twitch. It will reduce costs because they don't have to do the transcoding on their end. They can leave that to us. Except for partnered streamers, I guess technically they will still have that for partners. But they'll probably drop it for affiliates. The one downside is probably going to be the fact that, if we have, like, bad upload speeds, we're probably going to be kind of limited as far as being able to support this.
Yeah, of course.
Theoretically. Nope. I think I lost Sagi.
I don't know why it just dropped.
I don't know
What the
either.
hell? It just kicked me out. Wait, what? Oh, connection to Steam servers failed.
Uh-oh.
Let me try to reboot it. I'm not sure, maybe my Steam is not. What's wrong with my
Steam being Steam.
Oh, it says that it's unable to sync. What?
Internet problems. Internet problems.
Yeah. Oh, I can't boot up VTuber Studio.
Yeah,
wait.
I think
Let's see.
Steam doesn't see you as being online anymore. Well,
The moment we talk about tech, great.
yes. Obviously, the moment we talk about it, it all falls apart. That's just how that works.
Beautiful. Let me see.
But,
Okay.
I think this might be a good place to stop.
Probably so. It is a sign.
Yes, yes. I mean, we've also talked about all of my news items for the moment. And we don't have the full Ooh, okay, now I'm not moving. There you go. Welcome back.
It must be something. This must be something going on.
Probably. We're working those internets hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
But yeah. You know, we don't have any of the other co-hosts at the moment. Game has left us. So we had to talk about tech all by ourselves.
You have to, because I don't know anything. I don't know anything about tech stuff.
Ironically, you are really good about like setting up like tools like tits and things like that, which I look at and can never seem to get right.
Oh
And
no. I'm
really-
happy to help if you need.
I mean, definitely sometime you have to sit down with me and help get everything working.
Yeah.
One of these days.
One of these days. The thing is, like, you know, like I can do those, for example, program setup, but I cannot. I have no idea about actual, you know, for example, PC builds and all the parts that go into it.
Yes,
And all
which
the
is
encoding stuff.
like where I excel.
Exactly.
If you want your PC to, you know, generally be performing correctly and doing what you want, I can usually help with that. All my time in IT coming back to me.
Back in the day.
Yes. But, yeah. Maybe it's just because I don't have a heck of a lot of time to play with it, but... Or maybe it's because I'm sort of a weird case. Because, the streaming PC runs on an ultra-wide monitor. Which... Tits definitely didn't like.
Oh.
Which is why originally I never got it set up correctly. But... Yeah. Weird stuff like that. That always catches me up. But I guess we should stop for now. Let me
Alright.
find someone for us to raid. Which will
Let's go.
probably be someone playing Pal World. Because, like, everyone I know is playing Pal World.
Yeah. Let's go. Thanks for having me.
Always.
Always.
You know what? We haven't raided Alara in a while. Let's raid Alara.
Let's go.
There we go. That is fired up. Alright, so, for me, tomorrow is probably gonna be Sea of Stars, unless something happens and I change my mind. Celestia, my D&D show, is on Sunday, and I take Mondays off. Sagi, let them
Yes.
know whatever you want.
I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm playing through Dredge for the first time. Was pretty good. Also, I'm posting my guide on Google Sheet. Like planning for content creator next week. So if you need that, it's gonna be on my YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Thank you.
Alright. So, with that, have fun, take care, and I'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye.